Right now, somewhere in the open ocean, over 300 sailors are trying to eat, sleep, and shower on a warship that never stops moving. And most people wouldn't last 24 hours. A cook is frying eggs on a stove that won't stay level. A sailor is trying to sleep in a bed that tilts hard enough to throw him out. Another has exactly 90 seconds of water to shower, while gripping the wall just to stay upright. None of this is unusual. This is just Tuesday. At home, these routines happen without thinking. Wake up, eat, shower, sleep. But when the ground beneath you won't stay still for 6 months straight, every one of those simple actions becomes something else entirely. Now here's where things start to get uncomfortable. US Navy destroyers are over 500 feet long, but inside, space is so tight that turning around without bumping into someone else isn't guaranteed. Beds, called racks, are stacked 3 high against the walls. They're so close together that if you sit up in the bottom one, your face ends up just inches from the mattress above you. Some compartments hold 15 sailors in a space barely bigger than a walk-in closet. Others pack in close to 100. Each sailor gets a rack that's 6 feet long and about 2.5 feet wide, narrower than a standard twin bed at home. Privacy is reduced to a thin curtain across the front. But the lack of space isn't the real problem. The real problem starts the moment the ship hits open water, because the ship never stops moving. Waves slam into the hull, forcing the ship to roll left, pause, then snap back right. The bow climbs up a swell, hangs for a second, and then crashes down with enough force to shake the entire structure. Sailors describe it the same way. It feels like the room lifts 20 feet into the air, throws itself forward, and then slams back down hard enough to rattle your teeth. And it doesn't stop. Walking down a hallway means grabbing onto railings with both hands. Standing still requires bending your knees and widening your stance, constantly adjusting for the next shift. Even lying down isn't passive. During rough seas, sailors strap themselves into their beds using thick belts called hurricane straps, because without them, the next roll could throw them straight onto the deck. And just when you think you'd get used to it, you don't, because the motion is constant, day and night, for months. But even that isn't the hardest part. Time itself works differently out here. There are no weekends, no evenings off, no going home. Instead, everything runs on the watch system. The crew is divided into rotating sections. Each group stands watch for 3 hours at a time before being relieved by the next. That leaves about 9 hours off, which sounds manageable until you realize what has to fit into those 9 hours. Eating, showering, maintenance work, training, briefings, and somewhere in between all of that, they have to sleep. The Navy requires 7 to 8 hours of sleep per day, but getting it in one uninterrupted stretch is almost impossible. Sleep gets broken up. 5 hours after a shift, maybe 2 more before the next one. And the schedule doesn't adjust for you. If your watch starts at midnight, you work at midnight. If meals are served while you're on duty, you eat whenever you can. There are no exceptions. And that's where things start to wear people down. Now imagine trying to sleep in the middle of all of this. Your bed is 2.5 feet wide. It's stacked between 2 other sailors, and it's bolted directly to a wall that won't stop moving. That's your bedroom for months. Behind a thin curtain, dozens of other sailors are constantly coming and going. Talking, dressing, dropping gear, waking up, going on watch, because their schedules don't match yours. Your entire personal space fits into a small locker next to your rack. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't come with you. And yet, this is where things get strange. Many sailors say they actually sleep better at sea. The constant rocking can feel like being rocked to sleep as a child. 3 hours can feel deeper than a full night at home. But that only works when the ocean stays calm. Because when it doesn't, sleep turns into survival. The gentle rocking becomes violent jolting. Your body lifts off the mattress and slams back down. That's when the hurricane straps come out, tight across your body, holding you in place so you're not thrown across the room. If you have respect for what these sailors endure, write respect in the comments, because this is just one part of daily life. And then there's food. The ship's galley is about the size of a standard home kitchen. Inside that space, a small team works around the clock, preparing 3 meals a day for over 300 sailors. They start as early as 4 in the morning, just to have breakfast ready by 6. But eating isn't simple, because the floor is still moving. Trays slide across tables if you're not careful. Coffee spills instantly without a firm grip. During rough seas, sailors eat with one hand while bracing themselves with the other. Timing matters. You don't just take a bite, you wait for the right moment between movements. The goal isn't comfort, it's just getting through the meal. But food isn't even the biggest constraint. Water is. Fresh water on a destroyer is made by converting seawater, but production is limited. And the ship's systems get priority. What's left has to be shared among hundreds of people for drinking, cooking, and hygiene. So showers are strictly controlled. 30 seconds of water to get wet, water off, soap quickly, then 30 to 60 seconds to rinse. That's it. Now add movement to that. The floor shifts under your feet. The walls tilt. So sailors hold onto bars with one hand while trying to wash with the other. And sometimes the ship rolls hard enough to knock someone completely off balance in the middle of a shower. And then your body joins the fight, because your brain isn't built for this. Your inner ear detects constant motion. Your eyes see a stable room. Those signals don't match, and the result is motion sickness, nausea, dizziness, cold sweats. About 60% of sailors experience it when they first go to sea. It can take days to adjust, but even that adjustment isn't permanent, because when calm seas turn rough again, the sickness comes back, even for experienced sailors. Medication helps. Dramamine, scopolamine patches, pills in pockets at all times, but nothing stops the work. Watch still has to be stood. Tasks still have to be completed, so sailors push through it because they have no choice, and over time something else builds up. Fatigue. Not just being tired, but a deep, constant exhaustion. Sleep is broken. Work is continuous. The body is always adjusting, always balancing, always under strain. Studies once showed that only about 1/3 of sailors were getting enough sleep to function properly. One commanding officer tracked his own sleep during deployment. He averaged less than 5 hours per night for 6 months. Reforms improved schedules, enforced minimum rest. But they didn't change the reality, because the ship never stops, and neither does the work. Fatigue isn't eliminated, it's managed. A destroyer stays operational because its crew can maintain basic human routines under conditions that make everything harder. Meals happen while the deck shifts beneath their feet. Sleep happens in narrow racks, sometimes strapped in place. Showers happen in seconds, with limited water and no stability. Nothing is comfortable. Nothing is easy, but the ship keeps moving through the ocean, and the crew keeps adapting to it. Day after day, for months, and that's what keeps it running.